And I want to come to Abhijit Chavda on this. The entire USA deep state machinery is gone. And it's a complete decision. The money is not coming. The NGOs are not going to get any money. The ecosystem is gone. They're without a job. Most of these people are now more active on LinkedIn because they don't have a job. There is no external funding that's coming in. So there's panic, viewers. If you're watching tonight, what are you seeing? You're seeing panic. Fuad equals panic tonight. And so does Lokesh. I don't know about Sanjeev. Influence peddling is over. Now, what's the ecosystem going to do in the given situation? They're out of work. I'd like Abhijit to come in. Abhijit Chavda and then Lokesh. Lokesh, after Abhijit. You guys can have a go at each other, but after Abhijit. Yeah, Abhijit Chavda. I'm going one, moving fast.
Yeah, it's been a very positive summit. Lots of positives, no negatives at all. First of all, when it comes to the trade and tariffs that was mentioned just now, the two nations have agreed to address the trade imbalances, and they have resolved to double the bilateral trade, more than double it, to about $500 billion by 2030. That's a huge win. That's a huge positive thing. There's the talk of oil and gas procurement, defense cooperation. There's a new 10-year framework for the major defense partnership. There is the extradition of Tahavur Rana. There's the resolve to deepen security cooperation in the Indo-Pacific region. There are so many positives. I have no understanding of what negatives have come out of this thing. When it comes to the way the US deals with India, compare it to the way the US deals with the EU. Just yesterday, the US Vice President was lecturing Germany and scolding them essentially on a big platform for deindustrializing their nation. So that see the difference between the way the US deals with India versus the EU, which is such a big grouping of nations. So it's been a very positive thing. And when it comes to the deep state, the US is dismantling USAID. It has already happened. And the very short cryptic remark that Mr. Trump made about Bangladesh should definitely send shivers down the spine of the various agents the previous establishment had in Bangladesh and also within India. So it's all about leverage. And if you look at the world from a leverage perspective, you will see that Trump is justified.
No, they're saying okay, the argument made there was Fuad's argument was, and I want Lokesh to come in, Abhijit, on this. Do we need Americans to say that you deal with Bangladesh as you want? That was his point. Lokesh, and then Brahma Chelani. Lokesh.
Before I begin with, I take a strong objection to Mr. Fuad's statement that the Prime Minister was rubbing the nose and use of hard terms like Rakhel and all. No, that doesn't suit the kind of debate.
Yeah, I think very inappropriate language. I think, yeah, I completely agree with you.
The Prime Minister occupies a chair of respect, and we have utmost respect for it. Yes, we will question because that's what we are supposed to do. So over here, when you're talking about the bilateral trade reaching $500 billion, I want to know what is the pattern of trade. Is that trade going to be more and more imports for India? Are we going to allow more than 1600cc bikes, Harley Davidson, without much of import duties coming in India, harming our domestic industries? Or is it going to be more of external trade from India? Are we going to have more of services sector opened up for the US economy? Are we going to have more visas allowed in, more of people-to-people exchange taking place? It's very important for us to know that how this $500 billion trade is going to shape our economy and what will be its impact on the domestic economy. With respect to the bilateral relations between US and India, we have always maintained neutrality. We have avoided polarizing ourselves either to Russia or US, and we have stood for Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. And we know the Prime Minister is putting this policy in the global perspective today.